so loud. Okay. Okay, so it's good to see you guys. I got a message from Sam. I'm so sorry I didn't respond, Sam, but thank you very much for sending me that message. Let's actually start with you. And are you just going to speak on behalf of you and Mark?
Yeah, not many updates. Aubrey just offered to help us out after this meeting, so we're going to have a quick call and see if we can troubleshoot a lot of the things that are dropped into the Slack.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for offering there, Aubrey. The other thing is obviously we have Teaching Tuesday today, which is going to be question and answer. Is that correct? Quentin?
Yes, that's what he said yesterday, just so you know.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So if anybody's struggling with their code or just generally, Mark's here, then just that's going to be a perfect session to do that in the hour from 1 to 2. Okay, well, that's very kind of you, Aubrey. Thank you very much for offering. And thank you for putting those questions down, Sam. I hope that maybe we can get moving on that. And I saw that you also said you're watching the testing videos, so that you can jump in and help there as well.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And I think the same goes for Mark. Hi, Mark. Okay, he's just jumped in the middle. I think, Sam, you'll just keep him updated, right? Okay, thank you guys. Okay, Mike and Tyler. It's not, you guys haven't really been working together at the moment, right? It's you're working on the debt docx, right? Also, I think you were off, you weren't here on Friday, where we had a look at that. Were you?
Yeah, I wasn't here on Friday or yesterday. It's been a busy weekend. I was helping my parents move. Yeah, I'm working on the consumer default.
Right. And how is that going? Because initially we were starting with we were going to refactor that, and now you actually ended up re-implementing it by basically taking the kind of like logic and stuff and putting that in a new interview. How's it going? Is it taking longer than you thought, or what's the story?
No, it's going just about as long as I thought it would, which is long. But I'm doing well. I'm just kind of trying to get an understanding of the order of it and like what he was trying to accomplish with each page, and I'm putting in order, and then from there it's just going to be trial and error, see what works, see what doesn't.
I bet we could help you set up a meeting with Matt too, if that would be helpful.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'd just be happy to spend like a half hour going over.
What he was hoping to achieve with that, you know, maybe I mean he could. Would it be correct in saying he could actually be the SME on this, guys?
Yeah, he is, definitely.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then that's perfect. So maybe once you get that going, we can schedule a meeting with with him. Okay, good job. And the housing, the motion to vacate default judgment, where are we at with that?
I mean, I'm done with everything that I've needed to do. I think I'm waiting on Caroline to do a language testing, and I put my new cover letter in that thread that we had going.
That's what
you guys want to check that out.
It looked really good, and I think that it was a really good base for us to actually play around with for the general cover letter that we will all be using. So really a good job on that, and thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no problem.
I think I just had 1 or 2 formatting comments, nothing serious. Everything was spelled perfectly, Mike. Good job.
Yeah, if we want to meet on that and just go through the interview like we did last time and just kind of see what else we could tweak, then I'm down to do that too.
That's perfect. Well, we were actually thinking of doing that with Mia and Vinny as well, kind of the same thing, but more structured. And, you know, because I think one of the comments you made was that there wasn't really clarity or certainty for you on what should have been changed, or what it was just kind of people saying, you know, I think this should be changed, or, you know. So what we've decided is we're going to do that with Mia and Vinny's, and just basically, I think we're going to try to do it on Friday, and basically at the end of each screen, we will definitively say, you know, or catch any errors or whatever. So I think maybe we can also do that with yours as well, and I think it'll be quicker because we've already done yours. Once. Okay, so I think that's going to be Friday, but I'll message you about that.
All right,
but yeah, thanks again for the cover page. It does look, the user cover page, it looks good. Okay, Aubrey, Blake, and Matt. But Aubrey's camera's on, so I feel like it's her turn. No, it's Matt.
Yeah, Aubrey talked yesterday, so I'll go to that.
Okay.
So we're still waiting on, like, Mia looked over our test case templates, and I think she gave us an okay, but said that we still need a higher level review. And so we're waiting on that. And in the meantime, we kind of have been working through me and Vinny's testing, and been doing that for her and him.
And how are you finding that testing going? You're testing the generic motion form for family law.
Yeah. I've only done one. It went pretty well. It was a little different doing it on the phone, but I didn't really run into any problems with that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now.
So you're waiting for kind of like another expert review on the testing. Michelle, you said you're pretty swamped this week, right?
Well, I actually it depends. It depends who else is available. If Mariah becomes available, then I am more swamped. If she is less available, then I'm a little less swamped. And it depends on what we want to do for writing automated tests for the 209A. So I think after this, I might have a little time, depending on who needs it.
I'm thinking that Matt, Aubrey, and Blake, you guys have posted it in the testing channel. Is that correct? You did. I saw it yesterday. I think Aubrey made the message.
Yeah, I think we did.
Michelle, I'll at you in that if you wouldn't mind. If you do have the time, if you would just look at that. If not, I'll take a look at it. Okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like you are better at finding whether or not there's edge cases and picking up errors on that front. So ideally, it would.
Yeah. If a couple other people want to join in, so that they can also kind of hear what that sounds like, what that looks like, thinking about edge cases, I think that might help propagate that knowledge a bit.
Okay. Good
so
idea.
That, there's a bit more.
Okay, so guys,
so that's a question of who would want to, right?
Well, I think the question is then, when you do have a meeting, just schedule it, either record it or put it out on the channel saying we're having this meeting now. And jump on.
Sounds good.
Okay, and everybody will be there because it's so exciting. Yeah. Okay, guys. No, it is. It's actually really cool. Okay, Sinead and Vanola, how's it going with you guys?
We're going fine. We had the SME kind of brief review at Kate, and we fixed our interview, the interpreter bit that we were kind of not sure about. And then we did 209A testing this morning. And then I think we have our template fixed, so we're starting to write our scenarios, and then we also updated GitHub again today with someone else's bio.
Did you manage to figure out what was going on with the bios from yesterday, the ones that were missing?
It's just we aren't doing them. We aren't doing them together. We're kind of breaking them up a bit more because I think it's harder to kind of do an entire group. And then when you're, like David said, when you're crossing them over or putting them on, you're kind of putting on too many at one time, and they're kind of canceling each other. That's what I think. I don't know.
Yeah, there were conflicts, and I resolved the conflicts incorrectly. So
okay.
it was my bad.
Okay.
I assumed that this one was the right one, but it was that one, which was to say I thought they were deleting stuff when they were adding stuff.
Okay. So the other thing is that we didn't actually get a time yesterday to talk about the website design in the management meeting. So I'm hoping that maybe either we can speak about that maybe at some point, either Thursday or Friday, with everybody else, with the kind of admin people, because I think the work that you did there and the research you did on that is really good. And I think that, what we discussed yesterday in that meeting will be very beneficial for the design itself. So I'll keep you in the loop with that. I'll schedule that offline and then loop you guys in.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mia, Vinny's not here. It's just Mia today.
Yeah, so I was just doing the 209A testing this morning, and then just like reviewing the tests that have already been done for the generic motion form. So that's where I'm at. It looks great.
Okay. That's great to hear.
Yeah, the 209A is working for you as far as you know.
The testing?
So
yeah, you're not hitting any bugs that you know of.
I wasn't, no.
Good. Okay, I just need a little reassurance here.
Okay.
Oh, so I want to say real quick, y'all are like blasting it out on the 209A testing. The PDFs for everything, Jody and I will discuss a bit here about what other tests need to happen. But the ones that we listed, I think, are all done now. So the PDFs are ready to be. I tried to alert you earlier, but I don't think you saw it. So I think Kate's busy today. But
yeah, Kate's busy until 4 p.m. today.
Till 4.
I'm
right.
like realistic. Yeah, I'm like busy. For a
Oh,
long
Kate's
time.
here.
I am here. I was
Yes.
counting this as part of the busy.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm like really, really booked up.
So, Kate,
For a
I think I
while.
can look at the PDFs before 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and they weren't. I mean, unless there's something huge, I think we're good.
Yeah, that would be good. I'm getting a big backlog of real job casework I need to
I
really
get
do.
it. I get it. Yeah.
I again caution on over optimistic predictions. Just, bugs will be bugs. So kind of, reasonable more like mild optimism is what I go for. But it is really exciting.
Optimistic, Michelle.
Huh?
I'm going to be optimistic. You can be pessimistic.
We can.
Thank you.
I wouldn't get through the day if I weren't optimistic.
Okay, that's a good point.
So just to get an action, was there an action point that's going to come out of that? Or are we just waiting for people? The action point was that we need a review of the PDFs as opposed to people actually running the 209A tests.
I also just wanted to thank everybody, but yeah, we need a review of the PDFs, and Jody and I and maybe someone else need to discuss which other tests need to be rerun because of things not to do with the impoundment stuff, so unrelated.
So if for the people that are testing right now, what sheet are they looking at and where are they signing up? Are they still using that same original sheet where it says official test scenarios?
So it's the first tab right now, the retesting tab.
Okay.
And we can discuss, I just didn't have you online to talk to about that, so I did my own thing.
Okay.
But
because
that looks like.
Okay.
So
I've given them other IDs. So they do not have the same IDs, but we can discuss what that looks like.
I just don't know what.
So can you guys figure out what needs to be done, and hopefully everybody else stays tuned. So as soon as Jody and Michelle figure out what tests need to be done, they can let you know, and you guys can jump on and get the 209A tests done today.
Michelle, did you only? Yes, Caroline, yes, for sure. Michelle, did you only add retests in that new tab?
Yes. So do we want to discuss the details here?
So, no, I don't want to. I'm just that answers my question. So if you guys go back to the official test scenarios tab, the one that we've been using, towards the bottom, there's tests down there that still need to be done. There's like
there's
original tests. They're not retests. They're new tests.
The ones that never had names in them, I included in the retest. Sorry, I didn't say that.
Okay, so just so everybody knows, the way the numbering scenario was, if it needed to be retested, I just added like another dot, like say it was 2.10, it then became 2.10.2. So that's the retest. So everything as of Friday that needed a retest, I had added down at the bottom. And I just went through, I had like 5 minutes before the meeting. I just went through, and there's some retests that it looked like they've already been done, or at least they're already identified down there at the bottom. But then there's still a bunch that we look like new ones, just since Friday, that have been identified that need to be retested. So if Michelle already took all those and put those in the new tab, then it looks like all the tests that are out there, at least all the tests that need to be done, are out there. And so then we just need people to, Michelle, if you took everything that didn't have a name yet and just put it over there, then that's probably fine. The numbering scenario is all off now, but it's probably like all the tests, it sounds like all the tests are probably there on that first tab. If you took everything from what I did, you'll have to be in charge now because I have no idea what the new.
Well, that's why I'm saying
teams or
Yeah, maybe if we can go into detail on it in a conversation.
But yeah, for the purpose of this call, and for like those of you that have time to test, just go sign up in that first tab, and
I believe those have all been tested. I believe there's a PDF for every one of those. I can go check again, but
okay.
That's the
Do you
last
think
thing.
everything on that first tab has been tested, Michelle?
I think so. That's what
That'd be
I
great.
glanced over earlier, but I will check again.
Then we should be done.
Yeah.
Well, right. Well, I'd like to discuss it with you, Jody.
Okay.
Yes.
No, if you
I'd
took
like.
everything,
Okay.
if you took everything that people hadn't signed
Jody,
up for,
Jody,
Jody,
at
can
a
you just
different
have a
time. I don't want to
Okay,
have this
guys.
discussion right now.
We're embarrassing ourselves in front of our new team member, Eric, guys.
It's true. Hi, Eric. We'll talk about it later. Well, I'm sorry about the new tab. I'm sorry about the numbing system.
no, it's
but
fine.
I do need to
It's
talk
fine.
about it later.
If it's done,
Okay.
it's done. But it sounds like for the purpose of this call, if there's things to sign up for on the first tab, then we'll sign up for it. But if there's not, then at this point there's no testing. But like Caroline said, Michelle
Go ahead and check the first tab.
Michelle, like Caroline said, Michelle and I can connect right after this call, and then, or after Teaching Tuesday, whatever we do. And then if there's more tests that we find that still need to be done, then we'll just put it on the testing channel. So just keep an eye on the testing channel.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for everybody who jumped in and tested this morning.
It's amazing.
Sorry, Quentin.
I just want to say thanks for everybody who did all the testing work. It's really impressive how much got done in such a short time.
I know. I was
Awesome.
I was like piranhas. It was really great.
Look at David.
No, I really, you guys are great, really. Okay, so there is one more team that Jason and James and Eleni's just jumped back on, so welcome back, Eleni. So let's hear from James and Jason, and then Eleni, I'll speak to you privately offline. Okay.
So we're working on doing all the test cases right now, and then we're going to meet with Eleni after the Teaching Tuesday, and we'll fill her in on what we've done the past week and like what we're doing right now so she can get caught back up.
Okay, perfect. Do you need any help with the testing, the test cases, any reviews or anything like that?
I think we might, like after we do a couple, just reach out to make sure we're doing them correctly and that we don't have to like change what we're doing. So yeah, maybe like this afternoon we'll reach out.
Okay, perfect. So that might be a nice thing that we could loop it in with Aubrey, because they're also kind of looking for the same thing, to get clarification that they're doing the right thing on the test cases. Okay, we'll try and sort that out. Maybe you can just reach out on the testing channel as well. Even in the thread that you can make a thread with what Blake, Matt, and Aubrey have written on that message. You can maybe just make a thread and say you're also ready, and just put the link to your testing channel in there. Okay. I'm going to open the floor. Does anybody else have anything that they want to add in this meeting?
Oh, I wanted to say, the admin team got this hot off the presses yesterday, and it won't mean a lot to a lot of other people, but the team that was working gradually on getting automated testing up and running has gotten automated testing up and running, so that when people push their code, when they're using this system, when people push their code, it will automatically run whatever tests are written for it. It's a complicated situation to explain, but
can you confirm that when you put in a pull request, it does it as a check too? Did I see that?
Well, it already has done it because you had to push it to make it into a pull request. So
Yeah,
it's already
I was
tested by the time.
Yeah, so because I noticed when I did a PR, it had the normal check and then it had a thing for Puppeteer, and it waited a minute and then it said, yeah. So that's really cool.
Yeah, there aren't really meaningful tests on there yet, but that's the next step.
Still really cool.
Thank you.
Good job, Michelle. I'm really excited to see that working. Yeah. Okay, so other than that, there's nothing else that anybody needed to add or wanted to add. Just for the people that I'm going to reach out to, specifically it's going to be Eric. I'll reach out to you and try and get you up to speed on board. And Eleni, I'll also reach out to you as well. We can have another meeting. And then Jody, I keep missing you. I'm so sorry. We can have, I think you said 2:00.
Yeah.
Okay. That's perfect. I think we, just to confirm, we have our meeting, Quentin, David, Kate. That's going to be at 3 to 3:30 because Quentin has a 3:30 meeting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. So we've got 2 to 3 then, Jody. Perfect. Okay, guys, it's been great. We have Teaching Tuesday now. As I said, it's going to be a.
Wait, can I ask Quentin something?
Yes.
Quentin, you assigned me to review something on GitHub, and I just put a comment that says looks good. I didn't actually know like what that was to do with that.
Oh, after you saw it, I took that as your approval, and so I merged it after I saw your check.
That's what I meant it as. I just didn't know if that's what you were asking of me.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That was also my reaction to pull requests. I was like, seems good. No, I'm joking. We have a very strict policy that Lance and Adi and I run through. I'm not sure if Adi won't be on this call, but I'm not sure if Lance will either. But it was actually Lance who was interested in the objects, you know, and on the weekend he just messaged me like, "Hey, what you doing? Do you know anything about objects?" And I was like, I mean, let me spend the weekend learning. Okay, so I'm going to stop this recording now, and then we're going to move over to Teaching Tuesday. Oh, I nearly just pressed leave instead.